Hey, Project Aviator, today for this video, normally we do an interview a mentor, but today we're here with David, who's one of our mentees. And he just came up to the booth and was talking to me about a few things, and I think that this interview and this video will be really good for those of you who are in our mentorship program and what you should be doing to get the most out of your mentorship experience. And for those who don't know what Project Aviator is, David's going to talk a little bit about what we do and what we've done for him, and how maybe and hopefully you can get involved in the charity and get the most out of it for yourself. So David, tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you come about Project Aviator?
Yeah, so my name is David, I'm from Chicago, and I came across Project Aviator when I was looking for a mentor in the aviation world. I came from an accounting background, so a lot of business, a lot of finance oriented, and I was making this jump from being in the business field into aviation, and I had no clue who to talk to about this. I didn't have any family or friends in the aviation community, so I came across Project Aviator on Instagram, and that's when I went online, I filled out the form, and I got matched with my mentor. And at that time, I was able to talk to my mentor about what the schedules look like at the airlines, what the process looks like, and my mentor has been with me from day one starting at my flight training school all the way up until now being an instructor at my flight training school. And he's played a huge role in helping me achieve what I have achieved and taking me to where I am now. And I'm confident that he's going to be with me for the next chapters and stages as we progress in our journey.
And what is something that your mentor has done for you or pushed you or motivated you to do, an example that you never really thought that you would have gotten out of this?
Yeah, so I remember when I first started my flight training, it was a couple lessons in and I was like, this is not for me. I was totally in the unknown, uncomfortable, and all I wanted to think about was going back to my prior life or my prior career, back into the business world. And my mentor just kept pushing me and kept motivating me that it's going to get better, it's worth it. And I listened to him, and we kept going on with lessons and lessons and lessons, and I got my private pilot license, and it was a really cool moment to be able to send him a picture with me in the airplane holding up my temporary certificate that I got my private pilot license, and it was a big part thanks to him. So yeah, he was able to push me along on every single rating, every single lesson, and ultimately get me to become where I am today.
Right. If you had to, here's kind of maybe a tricky question, but if you were starting over today and you were an accountant and you're thinking about changing career fields, or you just started at a flight school, you just took a discovery flight, what advice would you have for yourself if you had to start over today, or someone walked up to you and they go, I just took my first lesson today, what would you tell them?
Yeah, well, I know I did one thing right, and that was by signing up to Project Aviator. I got a fantastic mentor, but kind of bridging off of that is talking to people, coming to conferences like this, getting to know people in the industry to help you if you come across maybe a challenging lesson, or maybe, in my case, I was coming from a business background to an aviation background. I was uncomfortable with my first couple lessons. I didn't think this was for me. Finding people that can help support you, and Project Aviator is doing a great job with that.
We appreciate that. Yeah. What was one thing that you really struggled with in the transition from a second career? We have a lot of mentors that are second career. We have a few pilots who donate scholarships, as the organization, if you follow us, know. We have the Second Chance Scholarship donated by a Southwest pilot. We have the If There's a Will, There's a Way. So it seems like there's a lot of support, and there's a lot of people that do this. So what made you make the jump, and what was the biggest hurdle of making a jump? Because you said that you were lost and you didn't know exactly, you were overwhelmed. So what was one of the bigger challenges?
Yeah, so I did a lot so I was an accountant prior to this, got my master's degree, got my CPA, put in a lot of hard work to becoming an accountant. And I should have seen all the red flags along the way that it wasn't for me. And I've always wanted to become a pilot from a young age. And the biggest hurdle to get through was I built up a lot of networking and a lot of my relationships in accounting, and now having to change into a completely new industry, having to meet new people again, kind of start from the bottom, network your way up, keep working hard on things, getting your different licenses, and just kind of restarting your ecosystem of people involved in your industry. That was the hardest part.
Yeah.
Just getting to know people, and I came out to this conference just to meet new people, meet people in places that maybe I want to go to. So that was kind of the hardest part. And yeah, that was, at the time when I moved to flight training, I haven't been in school in a long time. So getting back,
learning how to study again.
Yeah, learning how to study, getting back into the books, coming up with a routine and staying up late studying. That was challenging. But yeah, I was able to lean on you guys, lean on the peers that I've met along the way to help me get to where I got to go.
Well, hey, thank you for the time.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if you're a mentee, you got something out of this, and if you're considering going into aviation, you're looking for advice or a mentor, Project Aviator is always here for you. And recognizing our mentor, shout out to Adam Rice, obviously. Yep. Shout out to you, and you deserve all the recognition. You've put in the work, and all of our mentors are working hard all the time. And again, they volunteer. There's no one's getting paid at Project Aviator, and we're doing this for you, our mentees. So again, until the next video, thank you guys, and thank you, David. You're the man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.